All right, day one is in the books at Roland Garros 2024. So we're going to recap the day, give a rundown of the results, what I thought was interesting, big stories from day one, and we're going to look forward to day two, where we've got the first round match of the tournament, Nadal versus Zverev. Everyone's looking forward to it. But we saw Alcaraz in action today. He looked good, and we also saw another first round matchup between Stanislas the Manislaus Wawrinka and Andy Murray. And I'm going to talk about why it was a little bit weird and sad. This is The Slice. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Thank you for being here. And isn't it great to have the tennis back on? Major tennis happening again. Thanks for being here. If you're new here, thanks for hitting the subscribe button, helping us get to 20,000 subscribers. And yeah, we are excited. I'm excited to have this tournament fully underway. This was a great first day of action. There were some interesting matches. A lot of the first round on the bottom half of the men's draw was done. We've got, and just a few, not too many massive, important matches in the first round. But like I said in the intro, there was a weird one. And always, as always, in these early rounds, we're seeing how are the stars playing, what's their form look like, is there anything to be concerned about, et cetera, et cetera. So let's get into that. Alcaraz looked great. He beats JJ Wolf pretty quickly, and we're going to look through all the stats later here, but in an hour and 51 minutes, he looked like he was flying around out there from what I saw. Just looked like regular old Carlitos Alcaraz, which is what you're hoping for. Obviously, you want to see him playing freely. He should normally on clay beat a guy like JJ Wolf pretty easily, and he did. And so I think all is good there for a great start to the tournament for Carlitos Alcaraz. I would say the big match of the day in a lot of people's minds was Andy Murray, Stanislas Wawrinka, playing in the first round of the French Open again after they played in the first round in 2020. And this is the fourth match they've played at the French Open, and it's crazy. And one of our YouTube commenters, sorry, I don't have the name of the person up there right away, talked about how the semifinal they played in 2017, Murray versus Wawrinka, was crazy. It was this crazy war, 5-setter. Stan won in 6-1 in the fifth set, and he said it broke both players. Let me just bring this up. He said it. Neither player won. Either player won a big title after that. Really, a lot of things had gone down. Actually, no, sorry, that was on X. I made a tweet here saying, in the context of the last 15 years, it is weird to watch Stan Wawrinka destroy Andy Murray in the first round of Roland Garros, where neither of them are contenders in the tournament. This sport is brutal and guarantees no happy endings, but it is a privilege to watch these legends play, even if it's round one. So I think that's true. And then Andy Finlayson on Twitter said, it's fitting they play as old legends one last time on that court. They broke each other on that court in 2017. Neither player was ever the same after that match. Between them, they only win one more title. Funnily enough, it was a matchup between them in Antwerp 2019. And I said, well said. Without fact checking him, that sounds about right. Like that was one of the craziest matches. It was just like a war of attrition. And that was when Andy Murray, I believe, was number one in the world back in 2017. And Stan the Man had won a few majors in the years prior to that, and so had Andy. And obviously a lot of injuries since then for both of them. But this match, Stan destroys Murray. He's always been the better player on clay, and it was just a bit weird for me to watch like these two legends, just have now being a tennis fan for the last 15, 20 years. You're seeing these guys who always were just names at the very end of tournaments vying, challenging the big three for the spot and beating them oftentimes, not often, I guess, a number of times each to win majors. And now you're seeing them play in the first round. One of them's not, destroys the other. And it's just a first round match on the first day of the tournament, and Andy Murray's out of the tournament. So it's just a bit weird. Shows how time just keeps moving. No one's immune from it. And it is, though, just a privilege to watch these guys play and battle it out once more. So shout out to those guys. Huge effort from both of them to play. So let's go through some of the big results from today. Oh, nice. They're showing the completed matches now before showing uncompleted. Okay, on Courte Phillipe Chatrier from day one, we had Naomi Osaka beat Bronzetti in 3 sets in 2 hours. That was a good win for her. Carlos Alcaraz, like I said, breadstick, 6-2 breadstick, very clean fashion for Alcaraz. Let's dig in a little bit deeper to this. So aces, Carlos had 5. He won 7. He got 70% of his first serves in, won 70% of those. That's great. Rally analysis. This is always super interesting. Carlos dominated in each category for sure. This is cool. I was trying to mainly look for just winners, unforced errors. I guess I would click that. Winners, 27 winners for Alcaraz, 16 unforced errors. 20 unforced errors. Just a great overall match. Not too much to dig in there. First round match, JJ Wolf, lucky loser. Alcaraz takes him out. Caroline Garcia wins in 3 sets. And here's the match: 6-4, 6-4, 6-2. Wawrinka over Murray. It wasn't total destruction, obviously. It was 2 hours. It was just 3 sets, but 6-4s are 2 closer sets in the first. We know Stan loves the clay, or he's good on the clay. He won the French Open. He won this tournament before, and with the famous shorts. So anyway, it's just a bit of a weird match there in general. Let's look for just some of the other notable first round matchups. Richard Gasquet takes out Borna Coric, apparently looking very good. 3.5 hours, 7-6, 7-6, 6-4. That was a big one. Corentin Moutet takes out Nicolas Jarry. That's already one of the dark horses for a lot of people, already losing in the first round. Nicolas Jarry to Moutet, who obviously was a French favorite in that one, and they had done that previous battle, I believe, down in South America, where Jarry was a huge favorite. And I remember Moutet giving it to the crowd and just him getting heckled. That was crazy. So this match would have been absolutely nuts to be at. What a tennis match. I didn't get to see that one, which is sad for me. But whoever got to see it, you're lucky. You're lucky. That is like what the first rounds are about, or matches like that for sure. Going through some of the other big seeds playing. Kudermetova is out. Hurkacz beats Mochizuki in, holy smokes, 5 sets. Takes him a while. Not that long, 2:58, but 5 sets to win to beat over a qualifier. Scary territory for Hubie there. Dimitrov handles business in 3 sets. Amanda Anisimova handles business in 2 sets. Sebastian Corda gets a win over a French wild card. That's a big win for him. Okay, what have we got here? This was an interesting match I watched. Our guy, Gabriel Diallo, friend of the show, he almost did this one. He was down 2-0 against Kei Nishikori, and then he just battled back. He went 6-3, 6-1. Nishikori started to struggle a bit physically there in the 4th set. And then Diallo, we call him Gabe, was actually up a break in the 5th set, and Nishikori broke back pretty quick, found more energy, and it was just a battle. Nishikori, obviously a more experienced player, maybe was able to use that at the end. But man, Gallo, who had to qualify, won 3 matches in qualifying. This is his first Master or Grand Slam main draw match, and he almost did it against the legend of the game, Kei Nishikori. So, as a Canadian, I was hoping to see Diallo come through there, but it was close. But you got to watch this kid. He is massive. That was a 4.5 hour match. So that's a great experience for him. He will be back there for sure. 15 aces, 70% win percentage on first serve on clay. That's just pretty dominant, and he has weapons. Let's look at his winners. 52 winners, obviously 62 unforced errors. Not great, but he's got big game. He actually won a lot more total points, which is crazy, 180 to 167. But that's tennis. That is tennis. break points converted. He did 8 of 14. Yeah. Anyways, interesting. Okay. Go through here to see any more big names popping out. Jack Draper goes down to qualifier. Jesper de Jong. So Jack Draper, not a great result there for him. Unfortunately, also a friend of the show. Nakashima through. Juju Birds take through. Wow. And Alejandro Tabilo. Look at this. The Chilean massacre in France. Both guys who did so good in Rome, Alejandro Tabilo and Nicholas Jarry, maybe put too much pressure on themselves coming here. Both lose in the first round, which is, if they hadn't done so well in that tournament, this wouldn't be that surprising. But those are big upsets for those guys, for sure. Okay. There you have it. A day one recap rundown. Now, pause. Almost. We're not letting you go here. Let's look forward here to day two. We've got the order of play on the screen for you now. On court, Phillipe Chatrier. On Jabeur up first, playing Vickery. We've got Swiatek taken to the court, kicking off her campaign in Paris. And then we've got the match of the first round. Alexander Zverev. I don't know why I said Alexander like that. Versus Rafa Nadal. News, Rafa Nadal doesn't think, he didn't want a farewell ceremony here at Roland Garros because he doesn't know if it's his last tournament. He says you never know. It probably is, but you never know. So he's not ready to shut the door yet. He's not saying goodbye. He ain't leaving, which is funny, which, obviously that's been a theme for a while because he's had many chances to retire or maybe times where he felt like it with the injuries in the last few years. But it's going to be interesting. Maybe that's just a little bit of psychology for him to be like, that's not my last match tomorrow. I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to go out there and play good. And honestly, Zverev is a huge favorite, obviously, in this match. But it's like, as we've been saying, it's Rafa Nadal on Phillipe Chatrier on clay. And Zverev has got to be having some doubt creep in. So that's going to be super interesting. We will see how that one goes. We've got Tsitsipas starting tomorrow. We've got Coco Gauff on, and we got Yannick Sinner on court Suzanne Lenglen. So it's going to be really interesting to see Sinner, how he plays against Eubanks. Obviously we're going to be hoping for no pain at all. And he'll be looking to kick off his campaign with a win. We've got a great day two there. Wow. Sakkari in play as well. Medvedev in play as well, the 5th seed. So lots of big names. Shapovalov, Canadian, playing against Van Ash. Fernandez against Ponche. And I thought we would have had Felix in here as well. Maybe he's further down. He is. He's playing Nishioka on court 6. So there's a high-level look at the order of play for day 2 at the French Open. Roland Garros, we're calling it this year. So thanks for being here. Stay tuned. Subscribe for daily updates from Roland Garros. Check the Instagram. Check my Twitter. We'll be keeping you posted there all 2 weeks long over the fortnight. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time here on The Slice.